You ready for this business?
We're ready.
All right. Well, welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
My name's Mike.
And today, I've been waiting to try this one. This is one, I've had this in a little grab bag of tricks for a little while now, but I've been kind of saving it because this is a controversial one. People love it or they hate it, usually.
Yeah,
and
that seems to be the views.
It's kind of what I'm getting. So I have never had it.
Nor have I.
So here we go. We're doing Four Roses today. So they've been distilling with the same passion since 1888. Oh, and this is so long ago when they started.
Do they have the different colors as well? I'm not even sure.
They actually
the red,
have.
the green, black,
well,
or
I don't think they do the colors as much as
small batch.
unlike other bourbons.
Batch.
I'll just go with this. They actually have 10 distinct bourbon recipes within their facility. So if you get a single barrel, it'll have one recipe. So it's like E632 or whatever it is. And then for their small batch, you have 4 different recipes. And this one can have as much as 10 of the recipes. And I've actually watched, if you go, it's Bourbon Night, actually went and they did a competition with the master distiller to see who can mix it better. And they literally do like a couple ounces of this one and a couple ounces of that one. And they have 10 batches that they could, and he actually brews. Each batch has a certain amount of each one of the 10 batches when they go in to do these. It's not like we just brewed it and you drink it. He actually mixes X amount of this one, X amount of this one, like to come to the flavor that we all know as. So, I mean, this is a distinct recipe, but it's, so many ounces of this one, so much of this one, so much of this one in order to make the actual batch. So it says it's aged for a minimum of 5 years and it runs at 80 proof on this one, but like different batches. They're small batch. They do 4 different ones to mix it up. And then like this single barrel is just one of the batches. But I found it interesting because most bourbons just have, it is what it is. They don't have all batches and they're not actually mixing them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're getting whatever you get and they blend them all together and you get whatever comes out. Where this might actually, it actually has a cork pot, which is nice. But these guys actually blend it to make their thing. But I've seen other people drink it.
You would have thought I would have read the bottle before we got here, but I didn't.
We keep saying we're gonna get better at that, but I don't think we ever read the bottle.
I try to have some
facts,
knowledge, but I have zero on this one, other than the reviews that other people have done usually say this is not their favorite.
People love it or hate it. It really is usually
that way.
It seems to be. I'm going to see what we get.
Different.
But seeing most people say it's.
I'm not getting like an outrageous different flavor or different smell.
Well, what's the last one we just did? When we did Ezra, you got more of that brown sugar caramel. It was a heavier,
I typically
thicker.
don't get any of that till
you don't get that until after you take a sip.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know.
With this one, right off the bat, it just seems lighter. It doesn't seem like that.
It
when we were saying it doesn't seem like that heavy brown sugar caramel. So far, let's take a sip, and I agree with you. Sometimes you don't get anything to you. Now, just on the first sip, it didn't coat the tongue as much as like Ezra did, like when we did them.
But flavor wise, it's not far off. I don't think.
I don't think it had. The first sip, I didn't swish or nothing. I'm gonna go back in a second, but I just kind of drank that one down to kind of coat the tongue.
I don't know if it's.
Yeah, I forgot to say it. What was it? 20.
I can't see.
I think it was for 750 milliliter. I think it was 23. Maybe?
22.99. Yep. So 23. I don't know. If we resort back, I'm not even getting.
On the nose, it's not as strong smelling. You really got to search.
If anything, I'm getting like brown sugar. I'm not even getting vanilla.
No, it's not that caramel either. It would be. I don't even get like brown sugar because that makes me think of caramel. It's almost like when we got, almost like a honey, like a lighter. like a lighter, you know what I mean? Like when I said butterscotch one time before, it's not like a darkness of like a caramel. It's more like
I don't get the caramel. I get like brown sugar. That's kind of, but again, you don't bake, so.
No,
I
but
mean,
I do put it in my barbecue a lot.
Oh,
you know
yeah?
what I mean? Yeah, because I know you don't like the sweetness, but when you throw it on ribs in the end, it's actually really good. Ryan liked it when we did it.
Which is jerky sauce and zero.
Go move that. Is there anything on that? Yeah, there is. Yeah. So
He's-
jerky sauce and zero is my. So we do some cooks, and when we do like some of the baking, I mean the barbecue, I'll put it on the ribs, brown sugar. So I do use it. I don't bake per se. I like it. I actually like it.
It's not from what listening to the other people's reviews. They were like,
It's not repulsive by any means.
No,
It
they
doesn't-
just said
doesn't-
it just stands out, and it's like really not in the bourbon category, and it is considered. It is bourbon. I don't know. I don't see it.
I
being-
agree because a lot of them said I'm expecting floral. Everyone's like, "Oh, it smells like roses," and I think that's in your head because it's called Four Roses. Like I'm not getting.
no.
Well, there was one that I said it felt like I was walking in a field. I don't even get that feel.
Is it even?
You know what I mean? Like,
Does it have the thickness of the Ezra? I don't think so, but not far off the taste. I don't think.
sitting on it now, I'm getting that oat caramel.
Yeah.
Oat, but it doesn't. You know what the difference
I
is?
get the brown sugar more.
Just because the last review we did was Ezra Brooks, so I have that on my mind. But when we're thinking about it, I mean that one you actually get the nice barrel taste, and this is actually it tastes relatively thin.
it's quick.
Like it doesn't sit on your tongue.
You get it quick, and then it's gone. Like that's stuck around. Like this even as a mixer, I bet
I think it would go away.
You and I would have to be a super 90-10.
Yeah, I don't think this would be a good. I don't think it has enough strength of the taste.
Yeah, it'd be a waste of money.
Yeah.
Because we'd be saying, oh, yep, once again, thanks for the $8 Coke.
This is one of them ones, I think it's good, but would I hands down buy 10 high for half the money for a big bottle? Yes. You know what I mean?
I would venture, and myself, I would go with...
Or get a
I would go with
1.75 liter of Ezra for it, I would do it in a heartbeat. For the same price.
Not even... Right, for the same price. And it's a name, been around forever, great, but...
Yep.
Is it... To me, I don't think it's as good.
Now, if you want to, and if we're just going to look at what we've drank so far, I mean, I'm looking at like some like these, like the Lone Hand. I went back and I tried another one, or the ones that came from Trader Joe's and stuff like that. To me, they were more. I think they were like when you drink them back to back, it didn't have as much of the bourbon flavor. Like they tasted kind of like the watered down version.
The spring loading
of it to me. So
you want one?
No,
You just gotta smell it.
No, you can throw it up there. Where this one seems a little more complex that way. But again, this was what kind of price? It was that's what I said when I had it not that long ago.
Actually, it's $17 for this. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's out to lunch.
See when you smell it, it doesn't smell even like this. Hands down would crush it. Like this one actually smells like a bourbon.
It's like, yeah.
This smells like a watered. That's what I'm saying. When we drank Lone Hand, I'm like, I don't hate this. But when you go back and you try it after it's been sitting for a little
now
bit,
we have samples.
yeah,
we
that's
didn't
when,
have them.
Yeah.
First.
That's
20
why we
days.
don't want to seem like I'm misleading you when I'm telling you they're all great. When we first tried them on their own, it's not a bad thing. But when you drink it like
it's
this,
still back to the old, Budweiser or Michelob Light. If that's what you like and you stay with it. But if you go to a party and all of a sudden now whatever your favorite beer is, it's gone, and now you have to jump to another beer. You'll be like,
I would still say when you drink this one, it's not bad.
It's got a whole different smell.
It's totally different smell.
Like this is way sweeter. To me, To me,
well, that's why
Four Roses
that's
is
what I
way
said.
sweeter.
That's what I said about even when, like the Ezra gave you that really caramelly. This is a soft smell.
And this has a different smell. I don't even know if this is a floral in here.
Taste it. It almost has you can almost taste like the char of the barrel. Like you almost smell the smoke on the back of the Lone Hand. It's different.
But then again, drink wise,
it's not bad.
They're not.
But it does give you a little tail of smoke in that one.
It does, and they're not they're not that
I don't
much
remember that when we drank it last time, but now when you drink it back to it almost gives me like a little, like you almost get a Scotch feel on the Lone Hand. Just a little touch of it, just a touch of the smoke at the end.
This one, Four Roses might have a little more of a heat, but not, and not in a bad way, not in a
viscosity wise. If you're going to compare it to Lone Hand, which I don't know why we picked that one, we did. It just happened to be the one I turned around and looked at. This one coats you a little bit better too.
It does.
The Four Roses sits on your tongue more, not to the extent that Ezra did, but compared to Lone Hand, this drinks like water compared to this one. This one has more of an oil feel.
And again, those of you think we're saying water, it's not gonna,
No.
It's not going to be. It still has a little bit of a.
When you drink water, it doesn't stay on your tongue. It just goes right down. But I'm not thinking it doesn't drink like water. What I'm saying is the water feel, where this one feels a little more oily. Like if you drink, if you took salad dressing, it's going to stay on your tongue for a while because it's got that oil feel to it. You know what I mean? Where, this one, when I say it drinks like water, I don't mean it has no taste or no flavor. I mean it drinks, like it doesn't coat your tongue.
It's done.
Yeah. It's just, whoop, it's in. Where, like, if you do a heavy Crystal Light even, it'll stay, you're like, well, can't get rid of that taste. You know what I mean? Like, it stays with you for days.
And it's not a thirst quencher.
And I would say this is a good bourbon. I would gladly drink this if someone brought this to me. Would I buy this over some of the other ones? No. Like, I'm looking back, I remember Old Granddad had a robust flavor. Like, it was like a hello, this is a bourbon. This is a mild tasting bourbon to me. It gives you the bourbon flavors and the smells. But
smell wise, Four Roses definitely outdoes Lone Hand.
Yep.
This has a different, I don't know what the smell is.
It reminds me soft, the Four Roses. Like, it almost reminds me, like, even when I was going with 10 High drinks better than it smells. Like, it doesn't have a lot of it has a little bit of it, but it drinks more caramelly. This doesn't even drink caramelly. Like, if that's even a word. But it drinks, it drinks softer. It's like a lighter.
All I get really out of this is like a brown sugary texture type. Or
right now I'm getting a slight oatmeal vibe, but it's not even like a brown sugar oatmeal. Like, I'm not getting brown sugar. I
just don't have the oats. I have like brown sugar.
Yeah.
This one I can't figure out.
No, this one almost has a smoke vibe on it.
It's got it's got like a different.
It has that tail end, like it's just starting to get medicinal. It hasn't got to that much smoke where it has that flavor yet.
It's no,
but it's just barely.
But I don't get.
You don't get that.
I don't get like a caramel or.
No. I get that Scotch vibe, but on a small scale, very small scale.
It's not quite as smoky or whatever, but.
Again, this is the Lone Hand. No, it definitely gives you. It reminds me of the Irish that had that tail of smoke. That's what this one reminds me of, the Lone Hand. I actually don't mind that one. I don't know what made me pick that out of the lineup, but Four Roses.
Well, it
was just one of the.
It's a sour mash.
It was just different. Yeah,
this is too.
Yeah. No,
it's not.
No, I don't think it's a sour mash.
No, it's a bourbon.
Yeah. Well, the sour mash is what they use the old.
Why did we pick that one?
I just happened to turn
sour
around.
mash whiskey versus a bourbon, so we should have picked the bourbon, but.
Well, because I was trying to say this is like more watery, where it just seems thinner.
That's why it smells totally different too.
Yeah, but I mean, sour mash just depends on they take some of the old mash and mix with the new to ferment it, so that doesn't change it.
Yeah, we were dumbasses though. We
10 High is a sour mash, but it's a bourbon.
Oh, is it?
It's a
We
so
did that one.
No, that I don't want to keep going back to it because that was my go-to.
We have to have another one. Oh, we should have. Oh, we just did Ezra not too long ago.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's a creamier, thicker base.
That one stayed in your mouth for like a minute.
Yeah.
Like it didn't want to go away, which would, to me, bang for your buck. I still go with that one, but I wouldn't throw this away. No. I will happily drink this, but I wouldn't buy this over some of the other ones. I would. It would depend. I mean, it's actually good. I actually don't mind it. But
I agree.
As something different, I actually.
It's not outrageous. It was what, 25 or something?
Yeah. What do we say? 23? Something like 24, maybe 23.99, 22.99, 22.99. So it's not in, and I forget because Ryan wanted me to buy the 1.75 liter. I want to say it was hovering in the low 30s.
Did you ever find the other one, the Makers, that you were supposed to get?
No, I ended up getting this one. No, that's when I ended up getting that one when I found the Makers because of the. No, it had a special anniversary bottle that was all decorated. Color? It was like red and white and happy and festive, and I blew it. I dropped the ball, but
I haven't seen it, so
and I'll probably never see it again.
If I did, I probably would have.
I will say, now that, like, when I first drank this, I was slightly unimpressed. But now that I drank it next to something else, it does have a better mouthfeel. It does have a better, it drinks nice. It goes right down. I do get a little bit of the warmth coming out, and it's only an 80 proof, but I do get, I mean, it's actually a good tasting bourbon. It's just...
But bang for your buck, I would jump to Ezra.
Oh, I 100% would do that. And if you're watching this channel because you're looking for a cheaper version of a good whiskey, I think...
Bourbon.
Well, they're whiskey.
I understand.
Yeah. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. I still say Ezra is probably, or 10 High is going to be your cheapest. But if you spend that extra $10, I think you get a whole lot more mouthfeel and smell and taste.
So, but Ezra, I think, is $12.99, I believe, for this size.
Probably.
So
you get 2
So
for 1.
you're almost, exactly.
Yeah. Or if you buy a 1.75 liter, you're paying the same price as this.
It's actually less.
No, so I don't know.
So
and again,
bang for my buck, I would say I would go with Ezra. Over this. And they're very thick. This is a little thinner, I think.
Than Ezra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But taste-wise, not far. But I would go that route myself.
I agree. I've never had Ezra before, but now that I've had it, I'm going to start comparing stuff to it. But you know what? The problem with Ezra is it is so cheap, but it drinks way above its price range. Because I can refer to 10 High because it drinks like a lower end bourbon, but I'm telling you, 10 High still would 10 High would fight with this. Put it in this glass. To me, 10 High would compete with this one. Where I think so.
Maybe so.
I think so. And it's probably not fair because we had a lone hand in here and it did have a little tail, but.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to see what you say when it comes to that. But I'm curious.
Actually, this actually has a more
10 High.
It has a more caramely brown sugar smell. Even than the Four Roses.
Correct.
Hold on to your shoes.
No, I agree with you. And this is what I'm trying to say. When it comes to, this is why this one's weird. It's good, but it tastes, to me, thinner than even, like 10 High comes off with more of a caramelly flavor.
Yeah, but drinking, it has a different smell-wise, it does have that, but drinking, I can't, it has something else.
It gives you a better coat. It gives you more of that caramel spreads throughout. The oats come out in it. It tastes like a young bourbon, but it gives you that bourbon notes. Like it gives you that whole oaty flavor. I mean, I'm not selling 10 High by any means, unless they want to sponsor me. Knock yourself out. But to me,
they'll have a lot of 10 High.
$15 for a handle of that. You could buy 2 handles, just about. Handles for almost the price of this.
I'm with
you know what I'm saying? So
and they're not far.
They're not huge. This one actually tastes thinner to me. It smells and tastes thinner. This one has 10 High has more of a caramel bourbon note-esque where you get that brown sugar, cinnamon. Look, I really get that oatmeal
you do
flavor
have that
on the 10 High.
smell.
I don't get that so much.
Taste-wise, I don't know if it's.
Let it sit in your mouth for a second. I think it might not coat as much. This one it has a better viscosity with the oily feeling than the 10 High does, but it's not far off for half the price.
No. It's not far off. There's something different in that's not in that, which I can't figure it out. There's a different little flavor in this than 10 High.
Oh no, I'm sure.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what to me, this one actually has, it's not, I don't know, this one has to me. Again.
I mean, I don't taste flowers in this.
No, I'm not getting,
just.
I think that's in the name and it just,
if people say that, then, again, that's not our specialty either.
No, I'm not good at picking out smells and taste, but I can say.
They're both easy drinkers.
And even though this had something else in it, this one gives me more of that brown sugar and cinnamon oatmeal flavor. Like it gives me more that bourbon smell where the 10, the Four Roses, excuse me, is a lot thinner. It's a lot lighter. And it doesn't give me a caramel.
You might even get a
almost
little
gives me-
more of an alcohol smell in this than
the Four Roses.
Yeah.
Yeah. This gives me more of the traditional bourbon smells, where this one kind of ventures
I do.
off.
I mean, I get a good brown sugar smell, but I also get like a pretty good alcohol smell.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not saying, yeah. I actually like this one.
No, it's good.
But if you're going to go bang for your, what I'm saying is, I certainly wouldn't turn this away if someone gave it to me. But would I go buy another one of these, or would I go buy something else? I think I would pick something else, just because I think bang for your buck, although it's good, I don't know if it's like you said. I would buy the Ezra first. If I could find out, I would buy the Ezra first because I think it's flavor wise. Yeah.
Is it neat to have? You have one. Okay, yes.
It's one of the first bottles.
It's like right next to Old Granddad, Four Roses. Actually, Old Granddad's probably before these guys, but
I'd venture a guess, and we've already gone too long. Old Granddad punched more of a punch. It gives more of a punch than both of them.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like it had a whole more robust flavor. Like, hello, I'm a bourbon. Where this is like, hey, I'm a bourbon. It's like it like sneaks in. You know what I mean? Like it's not. And that's what 10 High always did to me. It's like when we drank the cheap Scotch. It gives you that step into the bourbon world, but it's not going to knock your socks off. Like Knob has a lot more flavor and a lot more taste. Where this one, to me, kind of limps in. It doesn't jump in like, hello, I'm a bourbon. It's kind of like, I'm going to sneak in here a little bit. But it's not bad.
No, it's not.
I just think there's others for less money that would compete at the price range. I would buy the cheaper one because I'm cheap. You know what I mean? Like, this is a pretty bottle. And when you get the 1.7...
It says nothing. It says nothing.
Well, when you get the 1.75 liter, this is more pronounced, and it's actually a pretty bottle. I don't want me to get the bigger bottle. It actually, the rose sticks out more. And I actually like the concept and the whole measuring of all the different things. And I like the story behind it. I can see why people love it and hate it, because if you're a true bourbon person that wants all them bourbon flavors, this is a weak bourbon compared to, like, some of them. You know what I mean? Like, some of them have a lot more flavor.
And this is back to, is this at a bar? I don't really remember seeing this.
I have heard Four Roses for years, so I'm assuming it is, but I don't know.
Again, if it is, I would venture to say it's probably at like the VAs or.
I can tell you, like, how many
Polish American.
We both rode motorcycles, but how many bikers are gonna walk up and go, "Give me a Four Roses"? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound like a, really.
Again, I'm thinking it would be at like a Legion or a PA club, Polish American club. Or
I don't think it would, because it's morning. Nah, I'm telling you, I just drank that 10 High down, and that has so much more of a flavor to me. And I don't mind this, but I would get my Old Faithful or Ezra. I think it had a lot more bang for your buck. But I'm glad I tried it though, and I'm not going to say it's a bad bourbon. I actually think it's a very good one. But
a little different.
To me, this drinks more like a $12.99 bottle than it does the $25 bottle or $23 bottle. That's my personal.
I agree with that.
That's my personal thing. To me, it drinks more.
They're getting good money for
their name. You know what I mean? Because it's been around for a billion years, and it's not a bad bourbon. It's not. No. It's just, I think there's better ones now. It might have been when there was only a handful of them out there, but there's so many bourbons on the market now.
There is a whole list.
Where there's two guys' opinion, because he agreed with me. So there you go. There's our Four Roses, and they have small batch and this and that. So there might be a variation that's phenomenal.
We'll get to those as well. It's just a matter of we're still staying.
I was interested in trying this one because it's not expensive. It was $23 for $7.50. That's average. You know what I mean? Maybe a little on, but it's not an outrageous price. I was kind of excited to try it, but I think Ezra Brooks just wrecked me for life. I'm going to compare 90% of the new ones to that, because you're talking short money, huge flavor,
a nice coating.
For days. It might even coat as long as Knob did, if not longer. Like, it sat on your tongue for days. So that one's it's going to be a tough one to overcome. I guess
I'll try to research and see if it is. It has to be in like.
I'm gonna no, we're definitely. I'm gonna
Well,
definitely.
Total Wine's all over
let you
anyway.
know.
So anyone that's
Yeah.
watching this, you can get it at Total Wine. But
I don't remember seeing it on the shelves. That's why, and it might have been.
And it's
it
not-
it probably always sold out because it's goddamn good and it's cheap. So it's probably the reason why.
It's never in a bar.
I'll have to look in the empty slots. It might always be gone because of. I can see why for $22 for a handle, I'd be scooping them up 5 at a time because that's how I used to buy my 10 high. You know what I mean? So
It was good.
but all right, we babbled long enough. I don't. The double negative. I don't not recommend this. I actually think it's a good bourbon. I just think, it's worth a try. I don't know if I would rebuy it. Let's put it that way. I'm glad I bought it.
You want it on your shelf for entertainment and have people try it. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing.
It is a name brand. I mean, it is a good bourbon. Don't get me wrong. But it's just
good.
when you match it up against other ones, it would probably win in a blind because it does have a nice taste. But to me, it's not as hefty. But I can't wait to start doing whatever we're going to call them, whiskey wars, flight fights, whatever you want to call them, because I know this is going to win. And we're going to be like, how the heck did that happen? You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And every day, everything tastes different. But today...
It does. That is true. Every day it does. It does.
Yeah, because I've gone back and tried other ones, and I was like, I remember I love this. What happened? You know what I mean? Like now it's open a little bit. Air gets into it. They change. They smell different. They taste different. So it'll be interesting. So stay tuned. With that being said, spend less.
I'm getting attacked.
He's getting attacked. Spend less. Drink more. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.
There's no fighting in movies.